Hello, today we're going to be talking about how to create a USB boot disk for Catalina, OS Catalina. And I'm recording on my MacBook Pro because again, I'm kind of still dealing with some space issue on my main machine. At any rate, this shouldn't take too long. I did a previous video on how to create a USB boot disk for Mojave, and I'm going to use the same process for Catalina. So with that, let's get started. So as you can see, I have the, you want to download the Catalina if you go to the Apple Store and you type in here Catalina. Oops, have my caps lock on. And if you scroll, you'll see macOS Catalina. Now it'll say get like this one does. Now I already downloaded this, so you want to get, and it'll download. Now in the download right after, it's gonna want to automatically install Catalina. So just cancel out of there, and then you'll have it downloaded, and it will be in your application folder. And as you can see, I have macOS Catalina. Now the way I do this is I do this through Terminal. Now I know there's some other apps out there that you can install, like install app something, and it will actually create a bootable USB disk, which is fine. But I prefer to use the Terminal so I don't have to go and download an additional software just to do that. So with that, so I go to the utilities, and I type in the Terminal app. I double click on that. So that's open. So now what I want to do is I want to go back to the Catalina Mac OS, and I want to right click and then go show package contents. So it'll take me right to the package contents. And what I want to do is go to resources, and you'll see something here that says create install media. Pause. So the first thing you want to do is you want to connect a USB drive, which I have right here. This is when I created the macOS Mojave boot disk. And so I'm going to erase this and put the Catalina on here. If I ever need to restore the Catalina, if my laptop crashes or my Mac crashes, I can just put in a new hard drive and then just restore the latest and greatest. I could go to Mojave and then go through that and then download and go through this whole process again. And we know that the Apple Store only for a limited time you can download the OS, so I just go ahead and do that, make the latest and greatest, and be done with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to the disk utility. I'm going to format this disk. So we go to before I go to apps, go back in here, go into the utilities and go to disk manager or disk utility. There it is, disk utility. So you double click on that. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this Mac Catalina. Right here, you'll see right here. So I want to go ahead and click on erase. This time I'm going to call it Catalina instead of Mojave. Catalina, and then you're going to want to select Mac OS Extended and go ahead and click on erase. So now it's going to erase everything that's on there, which is fine because I'm going to put the Catalina on there instead. So I'll click on erase. So it's going to go ahead and erase that disk, and then it's going to show back up again, and now it's going to say that, and then when that's done, you click on done. So now that you have the disk formatted, you're ready to go. So I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going to go back into the, I got my terminal open, and then you want to go back to the applications and go to Mac Catalina. There it is. I'm going to move this over a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is type sudo space, and then I want to drag. Oh no, I want to first, before I do that, I want to show. Whoops. I want to go ahead and show package contents first. Then I go to resources folder, and then I'm going to. There's a in there that says create install media. So I want to take that and drag it over here. And then what you want to do is do dash, get in there, okay, dash volume slash. Once you got dash volume, you're going to, oh, actually I should backspace that, and then go to go and then click on Finder, and then you're going to select volumes, and then hit OK. Oops. Oh. And there's the volume. And then what you'll see my volume here that says install Mac Catalina. So then what you want to do is drag that over here. And there's your and there you go, / volume, / volumes, and then there it is. And then all you have to do is hit enter. And you type in your password. So now when you put in the command, after dragging the contents and then the volume, and then it's going to come back and say, do you wish to continue? Yes. So I'd say yes, and then say enter. And it's going to go ahead and erase that disk. And this will take a little bit of time to create. And there it goes. It's starting to create the disk. And there you go. I'm going to pause this while it finishes because it just does take a little bit of time. Okay, when it's done, you'll see it'll say 100% compliant. And then it completes. And there's your, and there you have it. You have, this is now a bootable USB that will install macOS Catalina. So there you have it. So what you need to do now is if you're having to restore your replace your hard drive and you have to restore the operating system, you then just need to shut down your Mac, plug in the USB, and then hold down the option key, and that'll bring up the options to boot up either network or and it will show that USB. You click on that, it'll actually go through and install Catalina. And with that, that's it. So again, I'll put the command line below so you have the command, which is basically this right here. As I showed you, to drag, you do sudo application install. And this is the command right here that you need to type in there, and you put in your password, and then it will start. So again, I'll put the command in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and smash that like button, and subscribe to this channel. There's going to be more content coming your way. I'm actually going to do another video on why things you need to consider before upgrading to Catalina, because there's no longer 32-bit support. And so I'll talk about that in the next video here shortly. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.